Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Crappy Off Brands, brought to you, of course, by our sponsor for the week, my Instagram page. Feel free to follow at Jordan Marin and help the number go up and not down. Link in the description, too. Thanks so much. Okay, let's start off with number 19. Finally found this guy out in the wild last Sunday. They're not even trying to toe the line. They're just straight up using the official Pokemon logo here, except they didn't even bother to remove the white bits in the P and in between the K and the E and in the E. It's like, guys, it's supposed to be transparent. The background's supposed to be see-through through there, you fools. And what the heck is wrong with Pikachu? Where did you get these teeth from? It's like some terrifying anime villain mouth or something like that. The freaking shifty eyes, bro. This is not okay. And why is it like a 3D animated thing set on top of what's clearly a very illustrated background? It just doesn't work. And what is it? And following Pikachu, we have more Pikachu spotted in a movie theater claw game. That's not Pikachu, that's Pika Blue. I wonder if they ever actually made an official blue Pikachu or something like that. This is 1 in a million, actually. It was a misprint. It's worth millions. It was supposed to be destroyed, but an employee snuck it out of the factory. And then somehow it ended up inside of a random claw game. Chinese AirPod cases are a blessing. I mean, can it charge in that? Or is that like a case for the case that charges the AirPods? They're not wrong. It is a man who is wearing a black outfit. So it's quite literal. And I suppose you can't fault them for it at all. I mean, if I were to attempt to translate something into Chinese, I'm sure I would make some similar sort of mistake, and I would appreciate it if someone didn't give me a bunch of grief for it. Oh God, is this a wax museum version of the whole thing? Okay, maybe this is just a reenactment. Those are real people, but the cat is quite clearly a puppet. Also, I didn't know this until very recently, but apparently the scene which this is comes from, the original meme, is like very serious and sad or something about the situation going on with the woman who's doing the yelling and the pointing. I don't know, I read it and I was like, oh, well, this is disappointing. It took what I thought was someone funny yelling at a cat, and now it's actually like really sad. And now I can't look at it the same anymore, even though I don't remember the exact specifics. But you can't, when the whole funny is the cat at the table, you can't replace it with a puppet and expect it to have the same effect. Jesus forking Christmas tree. Jerusalem fried chicken. I'm not used to the acronym of JFC being Jerusalem fried chicken, but I should have expected it was something based on KFC. So, fair enough. Look at this man's, though. He has gone ham at JFC. The man has ordered all of it. I'll take all the chicken you got there, dude. I'm gonna buy you out. That is a lot of it. Shiny Charquaza. That, I can tell you, definitely not supposed to be a shiny Charizard, because it definitely has the Rayquaza attributes on it with the yellow and the black lines and the yellow outlines and then the eyes, and it's kind of a cool hybrid. Rayquaza, dope. Charizard, dope. This is the mashup of two of my favorites. I think that's pretty cool. This is the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance between Charizard and Rayquaza. I don't know how they coordinated it with each other, because you have to be perfectly synchronized, which means it's gotta be pretty difficult when you have two completely different reptilian creatures. But, dude, this has gotta be one strong AF Pokemon, and I like it. What is this? Hey, I know what Gumball is, because the dude who voices Gumball played on the SMP live server, which twitch.tv/CaptainSparklez if you want to catch live streams. I didn't know what Gumball is, and so when I first talked with him and interacted with him, everyone in chat is like, Gumball, oh my god, Gumball! And I'm like, his name is not who's the Gumball? And everyone is like, it's a freaking amazing show on Cartoon Network. I'm like, I'm a boomer living in a Zoomer world. Sorry, fault me for it all you want, but whatever. I didn't know Anyway, now I know what Gumball is, though. This is the thing that is not, it doesn't say G Gumball, it says something else. So I'm sorry, Junkie Janker, that this is what has become of your character. It was time for Thomas to leave, for he had seen everything. He really has seen some short, dude. Oh God, I feel like this is what happens when you draw just purely circular eyes with small pupils and you don't have any like eyelids or eyebrows or anything like that. You give it the Super Saiyan 3 effect right there. Like, I don't know if Thomas Tank Engine off the top of my head, does he have eyebrows or eyelids or anything? Either way, just the perfectly circular eyes and small pupils. Never the most settling way to convey a character. It was time for Tuomasi to leave. I know Thomas, not familiar with his evil twin Tuomasi, but Tuomasi looks like he's had a rougher life than Thomas. Hi, welcome to 911. How may I help you? 911 Superstore, Agonda Beach, Canacona, Goa. Is that Brazil? I feel like Goa is a territory in Brazil which I have encountered in GeoGuessr before, but maybe I'm wrong and I don't know if the Brazil country code is 91. But of all the other numbers he could have chosen, maybe, you know what, maybe 911 here has existed since, I don't know, the 90s, and they didn't want to rebrand after the fact, and so they're still sticking around. You can't, I mean, if the business existed prior, I don't know, can you fault them for just keeping their brand? Or maybe, I mean, I don't know actually how worldwide prominent the terminology of 9/11 is, or if that is more of a like US based thing. But also it's knockoff of 7-Eleven, so it's just of all the numbers that they could have chosen to knock off 7-Eleven, they went with that one. You've heard of Despicable Me, but get ready for Super Me. Bro, I still want to do the shirt. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it at some point, but I want to do Sparklez. I think it'd be a cool shirt. I don't know if it'd be limited run or you just have it at represent.com/store/CaptainSparklez. Who's CaptainSparklez? He's a guy who kind of looks like me and makes gaming videos. It's cool stuff. Anyway, represent.com/store/CaptainSparklez. I don't know. It's super me. I don't know if they just spelled it wrong or if they're trying to avoid the trademark infringement. Either way, super me. I mean, these shoes must make you jump real high. It's exciting. I'm a benign girl in a benign world. I feel like that's the opposite of what you're trying to convey, though. You must not know the meaning of benign if you're trying to sell this with Barbie on it. I'm a benign girl in a benign world. Existential crisis. Not important. Well, I guess it teaches you humility. I'm a very benign individual in the scale of the entire world, and to be fair, if I were not here, the world would probably carry on just as usual. I don't think any systems would stop functioning. It would move along. It just, yeah. I'd like to enjoy it some more, though, myself. I might be benign, but I think there's more to appreciate. Deformed car. It's got, okay. We have seen far too many Transformers knockoffs that are deformed such and such that it's a translation issue, obviously. So they must translate like Transformer into whatever language it is, and then they translate it back from that language, and it ends up being deformed. And everyone arrives at the same word. It always ends up being deformed. Why, guys? Couldn't you choose some other? There are other words. To be fair, Hasbro, you guys got the good word. Deformers doesn't sound as good. Yay, I got Airpods 12 for Christmas. Black, blue, gray, white. Airpods 12. Simple. Very simple. You know, hey, they do offer it in a much wider variety of color than Apple does, so they got that going for it, dude. Is this actually the 12th generation already? We had issues with the other 11 versions. They seemed to give out after 5 minutes of listening, so we had to keep iterating. This is the 12th one. We're positive that they're gonna work long term now. They're not nearly as expensive, so what do you have to lose, really? Just $30 instead of 100 plus with the Apple ones, so just try us instead. If they don't work, you can buy the original and just pretend you paid $30 more for them than last time. Come on down to Knockoff Town. I'm in love with these crappy things. Gaglo? Ganucci? Nostal? That sounds like gnocchi. Just add an O in there. It'd be a really good pasta shop right in the middle of the corporate offices of Gaglo and Nostal. Is this? I actually don't know though. Are they serving Nostal cuisine, or is this the corporate office where they buy the water? I love gnocchi. Oh, it's so good, dude. Potato gnocchi. I'll take gnocchi any day over the gnocchi. Smitch Part 2 unboxing. Wait, okay, we got it. Nope, the top just got a Smitch for Christmas. Part 1, we got to see that first. So we'll go in backwards order. Thomas the Sleep Paralysis Demon. What is it with Thomas the Tank Engine knockoffs that are always horrible? This one even has eyebrows, but then they added a little bit of eyeshadow going on here, dude. And then just they added eyeshadow around the lips too. And then just a tinfoil face. A crumpled tinfoil face. It's like a smile that a villain would try to do in order to lure you into the trap before they reveal that they're actually a villain. It's just this like creepy, they've never smiled before in their life. So this is how they envision a person who can smile, smiling, and they're trying to mimic it. This is right. This is correct, right? This is how it's supposed to look. Yeah, come on, ride the train, kid. I promise it's perfectly safe. I'm not gonna take you to my dungeon, or take you into a deep, dark train tunnel that you'll never return from. Why are they always so bad? Okay, part 1. Just got a Smitch for Christmas. Nanika Smitch. With 800 games pre-installed. What if it actually has like all the ROMs of actual Switch games preloaded? That would kind of be amazing. Like, it works as well as a Switch and it has all the games. It doesn't have the joysticks though, and you really are kind of limited with just the D-pads. Like, you need at least one joystick. Come on. This is ridiculous. Okay, part 2, we got to see the unboxing. But I want to see, no, I want to see it play a game. I want to see it in action. Does it work? Did it come with 800 preloaded games? The screen is much smaller than the screen should be. You see that massive border? It's like, wow, how did Nintendo make a screen that big? We can't live up to this. They poured too many billions of R&D. We've only got like a few $1,000s here, but we got to make something work. And the top for the last month. At least they're honest. Chocolate copycats. Oh, I can't get candy out of candy store dispensers like this anymore. Granted, I've done it a million times, and I'm still here to tell the tale, but just the more and more I go through life and the more and more I become a germaphobe and just see kids running around candy stores who have probably just dunked their full fingers right into the candy things after putting their hands in their mouth, and then and I'm like, it's ruined it. I can't. Good old chocolate copycats. I feel like candy stores are they're rife with knockoff candies, because when it's out of the package and inside of the gigantic tub, you're not looking at branding anymore, so who really cares? And if you can get the knockoff for like a third of the price of the name brand, heck yeah, and then you can still charge $4.99 a pound for it when you paid like 50 cents a pound. Now that is stonks right there. I can't fault them, and I appreciate them living up to it. This has been a germophobic rant of mine. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist if you want to catch more crappy off-brand. Subscribe here to this channel if you're not already. And again, Instagram, Jordan Marin. Feel free to follow it if you want. All right, I'll see you next time.